Hi, I can hear you.
Oh, great. Hello, folks. Thanks for joining. I will be chairing this meeting today, as Katie is on a much deserved vacation. I'll just give folks a few more minutes to join, so we can make sure that we get quorum here. So I think we should have a pretty good meeting. It'll be efficient, at least, let me say that. I think as we wait for folks to get to join, we can start doing roll call here. And we can go through it again as people join after the fact. So I'm just going to go down the list here. So Katie Rooney is not here. Do we have the Senate appointee? If you're here, please say present and let me know if there's anyone else in the room. So it's Abby, I think that's you.
Present.
And Department of Transportation Safe Routes to School Program Coordinator.
Here.
Thank you. Deputy Director of the Department of Transportation's Highway Division.
I think he's going to be joining later.
Okay, thank you. Physical Activity and Nutrition Section, Department of Health.
Hi, we're here. Thanks.
Superintendent of Department of Education. And, designee for DLNR. Luke. And Director, oh, that's me. I'm present. Energy Office.
Present.
Hawaii State Council on Developmental Disabilities. City and County of Honolulu. County of Hawaii.
Here, yeah.
County of Kauai. County of Maui. Organization representing a focus on bicycling. Thomas Noyes. Present. Representing organization with their focus on senior citizens and their families. James Burke. Not present. Member or representing an organization that understands the ways families with young children navigate through the state. But we don't have someone there yet. Focus on public health and mobility. Justice here. Yep. Representing focus on transportation equity and mobility. June Torres. Not here. Senator Chris Lee. Here. Representative Darius Kila. All right, is there anyone else here that's a representative that I missed or has joined a little late? Nope, there's Robin. Yep, please go ahead and introduce yourself. Oh, okay. Sorry. I see your microphone's not working. Oh, hi, Robin.
Oh, hi, everybody. Rob Shishido, HDOT.
Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining, Patty. And thanks for joining, Chelsea. Any other guests? And thanks for...
Yes, sorry, Bev Brody from Get Fit Hawaii. Sorry.
Oh, no worries.
Hi, Jessica Thompson.
Thanks for joining, Bev.
Thank you.
All
I
right.
know Justin's on too. Did you want to introduce yourself?
Sorry, I thought I was introduced already. Justin Minia with Department of Health.
Thanks, Justin.
And Kevin Richardson, Deputy Attorney General.
Thanks, Kevin. Sorry, I'm just counting how many folks we have here. I think we're just under quorum. But I think I don't think we have any action items. So we'll just go ahead. We're not voting on anything, which is great. Okay, let me share my screen here. Okay. I don't know what happened, but it went on lots of different screens. So can folks see the big screen, or are you seeing presentation mode? Or can you see anything?
Presentation mode.
Yeah, I think it's presentation. We see all the
Mhm.
slides on the end.
Yeah, you should just see the overview now. Yes?
Yep.
Cool. And it's on the screen, so sorry, I'm gonna have to turn my head. All right, so the overview of this meeting, we are going to go over the receipt of SR 98, SD1, and HB 1231. Then we're gonna go over the progress on the next steps, and then talk about future presentations and speakers. Documents are all being posted to the now live website for the Safe Streets for, or sorry, not Safe Street, SRTS Advisory Committee website here. All right. Hopefully, yes. Okay. So SR 98 SD1 was received on May 29th, 2025 to committee email. Notification, but discussion will occur in the July meeting. So we'll be talking about this next month when Katie's back and get a little bit more details on that. HB 1231 is not on the intent to veto list. Actually meant to look this up to see if it's been signed yet. And it adds $5 surcharge to every motor vehicle registration to put into the Safe Routes to Schools special fund. So that's pretty exciting. But that is moving forward. Any questions on those? Cool. All right, develop a comprehensive statewide Safe Routes to Schools plan
Thanks.
and program. Update from the Hawaii Department of Transportation on the RFQ process.
We're currently working on it.
Right. Awesome, efficient update. Any questions for DOT on that? Do we have a estimated timeline on when the RFQ will be completed?
Not yet.
Okay, great. For that date. Invest in a strong network of staff is one of the other initiatives. So do we have an update from DOT on that? The status of Safe Routes to Schools staff?
I think we're still looking at it. I don't know if Robin wants to add anything.
No, I got the PD from Katie. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but I'll look at it this week.
Great. Wonderful. We're still TBD on DOE. I think city and county, do you folks have an update on your status? City and county in the chat here. City and county is in the process of recontracting, but has not happened yet. So Yamato is hopefully going to be retained soon. And then I also saw here a question from Yamato. What does the process entail? What was that regarding, Yamato? Sorry, I didn't catch that. Let me know in the chat there and we can revisit it. All right, Kauai is not here, but it's going to be starting July 2025. Maui is also not here, so TBD, and County of Hawaii, any updates on your funding? Looks like it's gonna end there, but
My contract, the contract ends, I believe, yeah, fiscal year 26, so next June. So we went ahead and included that on that sheet that Heidi had sent about getting it funded through the Safe Routes to School Fund for an additional 5 years, ideally. We were looking at TAP grant funding, but that's been very interesting. There is a call for applications out, but they haven't come up with a new application or any guidance for the 2025-26 fiscal. And I haven't heard any updates on that in quite a while from Dean Matsui. But so yeah, assuming since there was funds allocated for coordinator positions for each island, that we should be good there. So we went ahead and included it on this round. So we're hopefully ideally well ahead of the game.
thanks, Jesse. It was good to know
Thank
that
you.
there's funding allocated for that. Anyone have any insight onto the top grants? I think clarify if you heard anything.
Hi, everyone. This is Michael Mo from Kauai. Sorry, I was a little bit late. I'm just getting back from a field visit. Yeah, we are still scheduled to have our coordinator start July 1st.
Michael.
We'll be introducing them in the next meeting, and probably sometime after the meetings anymore, he will be attending.
It cut out a little bit there for me. Did it cut out for anyone else?
So I was just saying, he's going to be starting July 1st next month. We'll both plan on attending, although I think I might be attending remotely as I'm on vacation that week. And then after that, at some point, I'll stop attending and he'll be attending as the only representative of the county those meetings.
Great. Thank you, Michael. That's exciting. More people on the team. Wonderful. And with you joining, we now meet quorum, which is wonderful. Okay. Any questions on staffing up? All right, fun projects. Update as needed. I'm not sure what that means. Anyone know what that means? Okay, recommendations to be provided by July 15th in the board packet for the 22nd meeting. Options for action is a special meeting August 5th or regular August meeting on the 26th. Anyone have any preference on having a special meeting or just keeping it on the regular schedule? I'm gonna take that to mean that I'd probably be happy to do a regular August meeting. Just to ensure that it's easier on Katie when she comes back. Cool. All right. So currently there's no one scheduled for the July meeting. So, oh, okay. Yamato in the
See
chat here.
Yamato there.
Cool. Would like to have a special meeting. And I don't actually know when Katie comes back. But she'll be back in July, so I think there'll be options for August. Is anyone opposed to a special meeting in August? Let's go there. Okay. If there's no opposition and there's one desire, Jesse, were you also wanting that, or were you just flagging Yamato's comment in the chat?
I was just making sure that you had seen that before we move on, but I do share her. So I have no opposition to it. Absolutely. The idea of if we can get a little bit of work done by getting together again, then I'm all for it.
Great. Yeah, no worries, Yamato. Did catch that. Yeah, obviously it will depend on the day and time, and we would obviously work to schedule it with everybody else. So I will get we'll make sure to highlight to Katie that that is a desire. See if I can go back to the previous. So I guess I was looking at August 5th. I don't know why that specifically that day was selected over any other days, but does August 5th not work for anybody that's here? And I know you have probably several things on August 5th, but let's just assume that it's at the same time at 10 a.m. And if that does not work for folks, I can just let Katie know that 10 a.m. at August 5th doesn't work. And okay. Looks like that might actually work for everybody, which is some sort of miracle. So I'll let her know special meeting August 5th at 10 a.m. works for everyone. Thank you, Robin, for being flexible and designating a replacement. Okay, we'll note that. Wonderful. Anything else on this? Thanks for speaking up in the chat. All right, back to July. There's no speaker scheduled currently. Does anyone have any hopes, dreams, and desires for said speaker in July? Is there anything you've been really itching to share about in your programs? Anything folks would like to hear about specifically? I just want to all hear about Katie's vacation and what she got up to. Okay. Yeah, Justin?
I thank you. Not necessarily in July, but I am working with Jan at DOT along with 2 interns on a walkability landscape assessment of all public libraries across the state. Um, we provide some consultation and resources on analyzing the built environment, like how accessible or safe it is to walk, roll, bike, or take public transit to and from libraries within a 1 mile distance. And that this is part of a school project that the DOH was supporting with DOT. And I think they should be completed by the end of July and might be willing to share sometime in August or September, depending on the availability. Also, a guest speaker who might be of interest to invite in the future would be Professor Justin Tyndall from UHERO, UH Office of Economic Research. They're focusing on the effects of large vehicles and their correlation to increased fatality rates. We are seeing, unfortunately, a very high number of fatalities this year. And just from some research seeing, some of that is not just here in Hawaii, but also across the United States, correlated to the increase of very large vehicles we're seeing on the roads. Essentially, larger vehicles you may have seen are the kind that are taller than, taller. The front end is taller than a human body. Average person 5, 6, 7 feet. Generally will cause higher fatalities due to striking the torso or chest cavity or head. So I think having the discussion on that and potential policy solutions or investment strategies to mitigate or decrease those higher fatality rates might be of interest to the working group. Oh, sorry, to the advisory committee. My apologies. Just wanted to share that as potential options for guest speakers. Thank you.
Mahalo, Justin. Can you repeat the name of the folks working on the larger vehicle study?
Actually, so the professor in question at UH Manoa is Justin Tyndall. I can also link his published paper. I believe it's actually the first of its kind novel research that was published in the United States. But I know Ompo has been speaking with him as well too about policy recommendations for city and county.
Mahalo, Justin.
Of course, thank you.
Any other suggestions for speakers? Okay. August, we'll be talking with Trina Becker from UH with the work on KAU. And then there's also some outreach going on with the Global Design Cities Initiative on their Designing Streets for Kids guide, star rating for schools, Hawaii Youth Transportation Council, and new and recent safe roads to schools projects, plans, etc. So I guess that's a question more than. But if you have any thoughts and they come up, please feel free to reach out to Katie and send them her way as you come across new and interesting folks to talk about things. Do any of these recommendations get people excited? Are you jazzed by looking at designing streets for kids guides or star ratings for schools? Definitely the Hawaii Youth Transportation Council, I think, would be a really great engagement there. Cool. All right, move on. Next. Oh, is that on? Full power already? Yeah, that was easy. Great. Well, that was the agenda. Are there any announcements from folks that you'd like to share? Open forum if you folks have any general questions, anything I may have missed along the way.
Yes, I didn't know, or Patty, did you want to give any more of an update on the permitted interaction group, or just we'll hear next time? No, Patty. I thought Patty
Can you
was
hear
here.
me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, yes. The permitted interaction group, we've been working over the last month or so. Heidi was kind enough to reach out to all of the counties and DOT to gather some additional information on the projects that were previously submitted. And the deadline for that information was last Monday. So the permitted interaction group is now in the process of individually scoring the projects that have come in with the additional information. I'm not quite sure how many. There's probably in the 20 some range of projects that are available for ranking. And we're going to be coming together next Monday to discuss our individual rankings as a group. And then we hope to present that list for recommendations at the July meeting for the advisory committee. Any questions on that?
Jess?
I don't have a question, but I wanted to make a comment piggybacking off of what Jesse said earlier about TAP when appropriate.
Okay. Anything on the pig?
Thanks, Patty. I just thank you everyone for responding to our questions so we could get as much information on every project as possible. Appreciate it.
All right. From the pig to piggybacking, Jess?
Yeah. So I just wanted to share that I'm at Hawaii Island United Way now, and United Ways administer the emergency food and shelter program. So we have a partnership with FEMA and get money out the door every year for emergency food and shelter programs. And like the TAP program, I suspect the money, we released the applications in February, and the next day we got the word from the executive order that the funding would, be on hold pending the analysis of the program to see if it disproportionately is intended to help disproportionately underserved communities. And so it's still on hold. And I assume it's like the TAP situation. So Jesse, I just wanted to say I feel your pain. It's yeah, no word yet on what the plan is or on FEMA. So I don't think DOT is going to go away though. So that's good.
Yeah, thank you for the update.
Yeah.
I've been getting the official update of the, no, there is no update. And then I've been hearing chatter for the don't hold your breath. So we'll see what happens.
Stuff. I'm seeing a note here that I probably should have said when we were doing roll call. But that yes, Abby has been appointed by the Senate President. So that's really exciting. And will be taking over as chair of these meetings starting in July. So I take back everything I said about emailing Katie, and instead I say email Abby about all the things. So you can stop filling Katie's inbox and start filling Abby's. Abby, anything you want to say about that, or?
No,
what have you
just thank you, Leia. I appreciate that. Excited to be emailed by everyone. But yeah, I'm very excited to fill this role, and I know quite a few of you on the call, but get to learn and about all the work that you're doing across Hawaii. So thanks for having me.
Abby, I think we're all very lucky to have you, and hoping that August 5th meeting works well for you since you're going to be chairing it. Great. Anything else from folks? Wonderful. Well,
I know
oh,
Yamato is still asking. I
Oh,
think
yes.
she's
Sorry.
circling
Thank
back to DOT about the RFQ.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing that up, Heidi. Okay. So, Tara, I'm wondering if we can get a little bit more information on the process of the RFQs and how that's being developed and what next steps are and how that moves forward. Thank you.
So I think we have a pretty much finalized scope. Then we need to get the proper approvals to advertise and then select.
Okay, so you have the scope all drafted up, and you're just going through the general bureaucratic process of making sure that we can put that out to advertise.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think the committee delegated the RFQ to DOT, so the committee wouldn't be involved in that process.
Thanks for that clarification. Yeah, I know that getting things through their approvals can always take some time, but appreciate the update. Does that answer your question, Yamato? Yes, thanks, Tara. Okay. All right, mahalo again, everybody. I hope you have a good, wonderful rest of your day, and thanks for making this easy on me as I stepped into Katie's shoes. All right, have a great day.
Thanks for stepping in, Leia.
Bye.
Okay.
Thanks, Leia.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.